We would be honored if you would join us.
Welcome back to Propology 101, and today we are going to be covering this very beautiful DL-44. This is the Empire Strikes Back Bespin DL-44. It's actually not really just the Bespin. This is the blaster that was used while they filmed in England. So this blaster does show up inside the Hoth Rebel base. Right off the bat, I'd like to talk about what it's built on. There are actually two versions of the Hero. They're practically identical. One is based on a Model Gun Corporation Mauser, and the other is based on a real live firing Mauser. One will be used for static shots, and the other will be used for blank firing shots. Going down, this one also is mounted with a M19 scope from World War II. There's a thing about the M19 scope. The M19 scope, this little hole right here, you put a light bulb in here, and there's a little snap ring, and the snap ring comes in from below on the scope. Now, there's a cutout, and it makes the brass right here a little bit weak, and it breaks off sometimes. It even breaks off when I cast these here in the workshop sometimes. For example, it broke off on this one. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because if you wanted to track the static Model Gun Corporation DL-44 and the blank firing DL-44, the way you can easily do this without looking for all the telltale parts that distinguish a Model Gun Corporation from a real Mauser is the blank firing Mauser has a broken scope. That ring right there is broken. The Model Gun Corporation Mauser has an intact ring. And that's how you can quickly identify the two within the movie. Going down to the scope mount, the scope mount is practically identical to the Hoth version. It's made out of the same material, 1/8 inch thick angled aluminum, except for the Bespin version is much longer. It goes almost to the bottom of the mag well. And it also is not held on, or it has a different attachment method. It also has a spacer underneath, just like the Hoth version. We don't know what that spacer is made of. We never really get a good look at it. But it looks like the spacer sits over a stud, then the scope mount sits down over top of the stud, sitting on top of the spacer, and then there is a finger nut that tightens it all down. And there's actually a shot. It's a post-production or pre-production. I'm not sure when the photo was taken, but Han Solo's holding one of these. He's actually holding the Model Gun Corporation version, the static version, and the scope mount is a little bit cocked like this. So it kind of gives you a good indication that this is how it was mounted together. Moving on to the flash suppressor. Now, the flash suppressor on the Bespin does, to me, look like it's made from aluminum. It also has real knurling, unlike the Hoth version where the knurling is drawn on. And just the overall color and the way it's weathered, it kind of really looks like it's a real aluminum piece. Now, the greeblies, there's not much to talk about as far as greeblies on the Bespin. In the back, in the same position we have for the Hoth, we have the motor coil cover. That's part number 98 from the Revell engine kit. And then moving to the middle of the blaster, there was possibly two on here originally, or maybe one on one and two on the other. They show up both ways with a single piece and a missing piece. But anyway, that part is part number 84. It's the distributor hold down also from the Revell engine kit. And that is a quick breakdown of all the parts that make up Empire Strikes Back DL-44 Bespin.